should be able to get a copy of this recording before end of business today. If at the end of the class you'd like a copy of it, you just let me know and we'll get that out to you. Okay. All right. You should be able to see my screen, a light blue screen with the Transcend toolbar running across the top.
Yep.
Okay, so what we're going to be talking about in this class is the online store and the fact that it does pair with your paired app if and when you decide that you want to go forward with that. Entirely up to you. Okay, but in order to use the pages or interface them with the app, we must first set up the online store. And we do that by clicking on this online button here. And that will bring up this Setup Online Store window. It may look a little confusing, but don't worry. I'm going to go over each one of the fields with you. It's really fairly simple. First is the existing website address. So you put in your business's website address in this field. Next, we have the email address. This is not necessary, but it's a good idea. By putting in an email address here, when somebody makes a purchase of something online or they book an appointment online, you can be sent an email with that information. However, it's not necessary because there's lots of other ways to get that information. For instance, when somebody books an appointment online, of course, it appears right on your appointment book. Also, you can run reports showing everybody that sent you that booked an appointment online, and you can put it in for a particular date range. If somebody were to buy gift certificates or retail from you, if they buy a gift certificate online, they can print it out at home and come in and use it. There's a direct interface with the software. So again, no, not necessary that you are made aware of it. Same thing with retail. If somebody purchases a retail product online, in your sales screen, you get an alert that somebody has just made that purchase so that you can fill their order and ship it out to them. Again, the email is unnecessary. So that's up to you if you want to put something in there or not. Next is terms and conditions. There is a tiny little link at the bottom of the web page that has a link to your terms and conditions. So whatever you write in this box, when you first open this up, it's just a blank white box. You write whatever you'd like. These are going to be your terms and conditions. It's entirely up to you what you want it to say. If you are allowing your customers to book appointments online, we recommend that in the terms and conditions you include your cancellation policy. If you allow them to purchase gift certificates online, then whatever your policy is for that as well. So again, whatever you want that to be. Next is the bottom message. There is a tiny little line of text under your terms and conditions link, and that text can say anything you want it to say. Generally, you'll see it say something like the name of your business, all rights reserved, and the year, or it may say something like, if you have any questions, please call, and your telephone number. But you can also leave that blank. It's entirely up to you. Next is the API login and API transaction key. These are also not necessary if you are only doing appointments online. However, if you are planning on selling gift certificates online, or if you are planning on selling retail online, then it is required that you have your API login and transaction key. That's how your customers are going to be able to make purchases of gift certificates or retail product online. So how do we get our API login and API transaction key? Before I continue, I just want to welcome Donna to the class. Donna, I see that you've arrived. I don't know if you can hear my voice. If you can, please let me know. Also, Donna, I want you to be aware. Oh, go ahead, Donna. Are you able to hear my voice? Donna, are you able to hear my voice? All right, I'm assuming you can, and perhaps you don't have a microphone. I do see that you have linked through your computer. Just so you know, Donna, if you are not able to speak and you have any questions or anything like that, you feel free to use the chat log in the GoToMeeting bar there, and you can ask any questions that you have there. So if you can hear my voice, if you could just type in yes, perhaps, so that I know that you're with me, that'd be fantastic. Donna, I also want you to know that we are recording this class, and at the end of this class, I will email you a copy. Terrific. You can hear my voice. Excellent. Donna, so again, if you would like, I will send you a copy of this class that you just attended at the end of this class, and you'll be able to see the things that you missed. Not much. Okay, so moving on, API login and API transaction key. How do we get those? Okay, the first thing you need to do is whomever you're using for your credit card processing. It does not have to be our company. However, if you are using our preferred provider, they can help you get that, or we can help you with that as well. If you are going with somebody else, that's fine. You need to get what's called an online merchant ID from whomever your credit card company is. And when you get that online merchant ID, you'll then go to this website. You'll go to www.authorize.net. And at that website, you'll go to sign up, and using your online merchant ID, you will create an account with authorize.net. With that account, will be supplied a login and transaction key. So you'll be able to stick those in. And now you'll be able to accept credit card processing through your gift certificates online or your retail online with whomever your credit card company may be. Okay? All right. Next, the main image, the side banner image, and the bottom banner image. These are entirely up to you. However, we do have a graphic arts department that is at your service at no charge. If you need help creating these banners, they can help you with it. And you can reach them by going to graphics, that's GRAPHICS, at prosolutionssoftware.com. They can either supply you with the specs so that you can make the images yourself, or they can actually make the images for you with your help so that they look the way you want them to look. So let's talk about those three images. Let's first go to the store. This is my store right now. These are the three images. This is the top banner, the side banner, and the bottom banner. So what I can do is I can go to Upload, browse to anywhere on my computer. So let's go to where I keep them. That's on my E drive. And we'll go to there we go. So I'm going to make some changes here. And I'm going to choose this different top banner. Let's go with this one here that says Top Spa, and upload. It should only take a few seconds, and it's done. Close. Now I'm going to go to my side banner, and I'm going to choose a new side banner. And I'll go with, instead of the foot here that I have now, I'll go with this woman jumping, and upload, and done. And then finally, my bottom banner. And we'll go with this one here. And upload. And done. There we go. Let's take a look. So I'm going to save the changes I've made. And I'm going to go into that page. This is my original, and I'm going to refresh it because I've just made some changes to it. And now I've got 3 new banners. So you should be able to make this look and feel very similar to your own website, because this should link to your website if you're using the web pages. You don't have to use the web pages. I mean, the front web store. You don't have to do that. Of course, you can use the app, but you can also have them go directly to different pages like Appointments Online. So let's go back here, and let's continue to make some changes. My main color is this color behind the buttons and the banners. So I'm going to change that to a very light blue. So I'm going to choose light blue by clicking on that box where it says main color. The color box on the right, I clicked on that, and that brought up this window. So I choose the one I want, but that's not light enough for me. So I'm going to go to Define Custom Colors, and I'm going to lighten it up even more and add that to my colors, select it, and OK. So that's the light blue I wanted. So let's go back and take a look and refresh. I've got, well, hang on, did I not save? Oh, I know what it is. Forgive me just a moment. I actually need to turn mine on. Probably a good idea. Bear with me while I do that. There we go. Okay, so let's try this again. We'll go back to our online store. Choose our color, which we've got here. We'll save that change. And if I did that right, that should change my main color. There we go. And now I've got this light blue background. Okay, and I want that's my main color. Now I've got my background color. That's the dark green that you see on the left and right. It looks like a lot of wasted space, but remember, this is also designed for smartphones. So this is the part that's important. But I'm going to go ahead, if somebody's on their computer, want to make it look as nice as possible. So I'm going to go with a nice blue here. We'll save that change as well. And let's take a look at the change we made there. There we go. It's starting to take shape. Finally, these buttons here don't really work with my blue scheme anymore. So I'm going to go back in here, and I'm going to change my button color from green to blue. And save. There we go. Let's take a look. All right, that looks a little better. Okay, so I'm able to change that using those tools, uploading my own images, main color, main background color. I'm not main background, they're just the background color. Finally, my font size. We recommend 3 or 4, nothing bigger. 3 is the default. 4 is a little bit bigger, and 5 is too big. So again, 3 or 4 only. It will come with 3, and you can change it to 4 if you'd like. Next, the font name. This can be any font you want. However, that font must be already installed on your computer in order for you to use it, and you must put in the proper font name, exactly the way your computer recognizes it. However, the font name of Arial is already there for you, and your computer has Arial on it. They all do. Arial is also one of the most easily read online, which is why it's a default, like Times New Roman. Arial is the most common found and easiest to read on most screens, so we recommend that you simply leave it at Arial. However, can you change it to something else? Yes. Don't get crazy, though. If you start using script and things like that, it may be very difficult for your customers to read. Next, our font color. Again, to choose our font color, we're going to click on this box and choose whatever color we want. I happen to like black because my main color is a light color. You must have a contrast between your font color and your main color. So if your main color is very light, then your font color should be very dark. If your main color is very dark, your font color should be very light. So if I went with a black main color, then I would want my font color to be white or yellow or something like that, because it's going to be layered over this main color. And if that's the case, it's important that you be able to read them. So a dark purple main color with a black font color would make it extremely difficult to read. So make sure you have excellent contrast between them. We recommend that the main colors always be light and that the font colors always be dark. It's the most easy to read. Next is your hyperlink color. When your customers are going through your web pages, they have links that they can click on. Most links, when you see them in emails or anything else, are light blue. So I like to go with this particular blue here. It makes it very easy to understand that that is, in fact, a link. Then we have our previously visited link. Again, it can be any color you want. I happen to like this burgundy here, but you can go with any color you want. But understand what this previously visited link means is that if they've clicked on a link, it will change it to this color from that point forward to let the customer know that they have already visited that link in the past. Then the mouse over link color, I like a hot pink, but you want to have something that's bright. When you bring your mouse over a hyperlink, whether it's a hyperlink they've already visited or not, it's going to change color to whatever color you put here. That lets your customer know that that is what they're about to activate if they click on it. And then finally, my active hyperlink color, I just made it the same color as my hyperlink color. And I did that specifically so that I know that that's what I'm in. Once I've made all of those changes, I press save, and my front page is set up. And this is my front page. Now, please understand, your customers may never see your front page. It's certainly possible that they will never see it. If they're using the app, they'll never see it. If you are using direct links to appointments online, retail sales online, or gift card sales or gift certificate sales online, then they won't see this either. They'll be taken directly to those pages. So let's talk about how we set those pages up. We do that by, first, we're going to talk about appointments online. We click on this appointments button in the upper right-hand corner. So we click on that, and that brings up this Set Up Online Appointments window. All of this is blank when you first get it, but you will see the names of your employees, your groups, and your services here. But let's talk about the blank areas first. The welcome screen message is going to say whatever you want it to say. This is a blank white box. You write in your message. So I've written in, welcome to our online booking feature. If you have not yet registered, please click on the Create Your Free Account Now and assign yourself a username and password. If you have already created an account, please feel free to log right in. Then it says Joanne. Now, why on earth does it say that? Well, simply because I use that as an example to show you that whatever you write is going to be instantly available to your customers. So let's take a look. Let's go back to our page. If your customer went to your website and you had a button on that website that said, click here to book appointments online, and you had the link attached to it, it would then take them directly to this page. And they would see that message, and there it says Joanne. So let's go back in here, and I'm going to change this from Joanne to Donna and save. So let's go back to our page. When your customer goes in, we refresh, it now says Donna. So as you can see, whatever you write, that's what your customers will see when they go to that page. Next, create your free account, like the information I have here. If they've never registered, create your free account now. They can click on that to create themselves an account. When they create an account, they are able to assign themselves a username and password. With that username and password, they're then able to log in and go through the process of booking themselves an appointment online. So let's take a look, though, at our setup. We write our welcome screen message. We write a confirmation message. When your customer has successfully booked an appointment online, they will get an email that tells them everything they just did. And it will have whatever text you've put here. So I simply wrote, congratulations, you've successfully booked your appointment online. You can write whatever you'd like there. Next is the cancellation policy. Write in whatever your cancellation policy is in here. That's going to be included in that email they receive, as well as appear on the screen as they go through the process of booking their own appointment. Next, we have show prices. If you have regular prices on your services and they're pretty standard, pretty static, and they don't change, check that box and it will show your customer the price of the service they're about to book. However, if, depending on who they see, the price might change, depending on their hair length, all sorts of different things. Maybe what type of skin they have, depending on what type of business you are. There may be changes to the prices right and left. And if that's the case, I recommend don't bother showing your prices. You can have your menu somewhere else on your website that your customers can see what the services are and what the price ranges might be. Next is hours in advance. What does that mean? You can put any number you'd like in here. If a customer goes to book an appointment online and you have a 1 here, and let's say it's 9 o'clock in the morning, if they go to book an appointment online, the first appointment availability they would be shown would be 10 a.m. because you advanced it 1 hour. So you're not letting someone at 9 a.m. book for 9 a.m. If I put a 2 in here and it was 9 a.m., the first available appointment they would see would be 11 a.m. if it's available. So I like to put a 1 in there. It's entirely up to you. Next is the max days out. And that works the same way as hours in advance, except it goes based on days, full days. So if I put a 1 or a 2 in here, if somebody goes to book an appointment online and there was a 1 here where it says max days out, then the earliest appointment they would be able to see would be tomorrow. If I put a 2 in here, then the earliest appointment they'd be able to see would be the day after tomorrow. By having it as a 0, they're able to book today. Next, we have cancellation policy. This is a number based on the hours. So your cancellation policy here, whether it's 72 hours, 48 hours, whatever it may be, you put that number here. If your customer is within that time frame, they will not be able to unbook their own appointment. Now, you might say, ooh, I don't like the idea of somebody unbooking their own appointment, even if it's within my outside of my time frame. So normally I say it's 48 hours advance notice is required. But online, maybe you put in 480. That would mean 20 days out. If they were within 20 days, they would not be able to unbook their own appointment. 48 hours, if they are within 48 hours or less, they would not be able to unbook their appointment. Next, booking color. If I click this box, I'm able to choose a color. I happen to like this hot yellow. Basically what it means is this. When somebody books an appointment online, that appointment appears right on your appointment book. And we're saying it's going to appear with whatever color you've put here. So this color should be different than your other appointment colors that you already have in your system. This way it stands out. You know that one was booked online. But it's not just the color. The word web will also appear next to that appointment, so that you know very easily that it was booked online. Next, we have only book on the, and I can choose the hour, the half hour, the quarter hour, the 10-minute, or the 5-minute. We recommend, but it's not required, we recommend the hour or the half hour. Why? Well, let's say that Lourdes is available from 12 p.m. tomorrow to 5 p.m. tomorrow. She leaves at 5, but she has nothing booked from 12 to 5. If I said on the hour, and somebody wanted to book with Lourdes tomorrow, she was booked all morning, but from 12 to 5 she's open, they would be given these options: 12, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5 would not be an option because that's when she leaves. If I said on the half hour, they would be given these options: 12, 12:30, 1, 1:30, 2, 2:30, etc. So for those 5 hours, they'd get 5 options under hour, 10 options under half hour. If I said quarter hour, they would get 20 options. If I said on the 10 minutes, they would get 30 options. And if I said on the 5 minutes, they would get 60 options. You understand, if she was wide open, on the 5 minute, they would be given 12, 12:05, 12:10, 12:15, 12, etc. So it can get very cumbersome. Now, some of our customers demand to be able to book on the 10 or on the 5 because that's the way they do it, and that's fine. They want to be able to squeeze things in, I understand. But just for the sake of your customers, so that they can see just a handful, the hour or the half hour are usually the best way to go. So I like to go with the hour, especially for demonstrations. Next, on the right-hand side here, we've got operators, groups, and services. Notice up here it says, select which operators, groups, and/or services will be restricted from online booking, from online scheduling. Restricted. So if you put a check next to it, that means that those people under operators, these are your staff members now, any staff member you put a check next to cannot be booked online. If they do not have a check next to their name, they can be booked online. Next, we come down here to groups. Same thing. These are the groups that you offer in your software there at the shop. But that doesn't necessarily mean these are the groups that you want people to be able to book online. You may have an add-ons group or something like that, or a consultation group, and you don't want people booking those online. You want them to call over the phone or do it in person. So any of those you would put a check next to. Then we have our services. Even though I allow massages to be booked online, notice there's no check. Even though I allow massages to be booked online, I may want certain massages, like my Head 30 and my Shiatsu 30, to not be able to be booked online. So on this side, any check I put next to an individual service, even if it's in a group that can be booked online, that individual service will not be able to be booked online. Once you've made your changes, you press save, and then you can exit out. So let's take a look. Let's start from scratch here. The customer clicks on a button on your website that says click here to book appointments online. They have created themselves an account and given themselves a username and password. Now they can log in. So this happens to be Bella Bella. I know because I made it. So her name is Bella Bella, and now Bella gets to choose from the different service groups that I offer. And she would like to go perhaps with waxing. So she chooses waxing, and then it's going to give her a list of the services that are available under waxing that are allowed to be booked online. And she would like to go with a full leg wax. Once I've selected what service I want, I get to choose which operator is going to provide that service. Only the operators that do that service will appear. Now, I can choose any operator, and if I do that, it will choose in a round robin for me. That way, each one of my staff members will be booked by anybody who selects any operator. First, it will go with Angela, then Debbie, then Jessica, Maureen, and Melinda. However, if they choose a specific name, like Angela, it will book with that particular staff member. Then I choose select a date, and I can choose any date I'd like. I'm going to go with Wednesday, the 17th, and check available times. So what this is doing now is checking only available times for Angela on that day. And here are my available times. Remember, I selected on the hour. Of course, I'm using sample data here, so I've got a wide open book. Your customer may have only given 1 or 2 options. 11 a.m., 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's go with 1 p.m. for a full leg with Angela and continue to confirmation. Your customer gets this information, what they're about to do. Full leg at 1 p.m. on January 17th, 2018 with Angela. Book the appointment, add another service, and then book them both simultaneously, or wipe it all out and start from scratch. So they select book appointment. The appointment is booked, and they receive an email Thank you, Bella, for booking with us today. We appreciate your loyalty. It has my 48-hour advance notice. They just got an email as well that has all of this information. But let's take a look at the software. So in the software, let's go to our appointment book, and let's take a look at 1 p.m. on January 17th with Angela. So we'll go in here, and let's go to the 17th. There we go. There's Bella booked for a full leg. Notice the hot yellow. Notice the word web. So it worked just fine. That's precisely how it works for your customers as well. Any questions on that before we continue? All right, so moving on.
Everything looks good.
Okay, terrific. So moving on, the next thing we're going to talk about is selling a gift card or gift certificate online. So you'll click on this here. If you have gift card or gift certificate packages, they will be listed here. You may not have packages, but you might. If you don't have packages, then it's simply going to sell gift certificates or gift cards based on a dollar amount. Your customer is able to plug in whatever dollar amount they'd like. If they're buying a package, you simply check what packages will be available, and your customer will be able to choose those as well. So next thing that we need to concern ourselves with is the shipping method. Now I've got 3 here: email, UPS second day, and USPS first class. If I'm doing gift cards, then I want to have something like this. This may not be what you use, but you want to have something like this, maybe FedEx overnight, maybe US Postal Service first class, something like that, if you're selling gift cards, because you got to ship it out to them. They can't print out a gift card at home. However, if it's just gift certificates so that they can print out their certificate right from their computer, then email may be the only one you want. But when you're first doing this, none of these are there. So I'm going to delete these right now so that you can see what I'm talking about. And we'll save the changes I've made. Okay, so when you first go in here, there may be nothing here and there may be nothing here. We need to add some shipping methods. How do we do that? It's really simple. We simply type in the name, give it a price, and press add. So my first shipping method is going to be email. So I type in email, and then I come down here to my shipping charge, and I say it's free, 0, and add. Your shipping charge has been added. And look, there it is. Let's do another one. Maybe I'm also doing gift cards. USPS first class. And my shipping charge, $4. And add. Your shipping charge has been added. And I now have 2 different methods. I could have 10 different methods. It doesn't matter. It's entirely up to you. But that's how you create them. Once you're done, you simply save and exit. So let's take a peek. We go in here. Your customer goes to, whoops, wrong one. It's not the one I wanted. Let's go back. I clicked on products, and what I wanted was gift certificates. So your customer clicks on the button on your website that says, click here to purchase a gift certificate online, and they'll immediately be taken to this page. So now they can put in first name, last name, and put in a dollar amount, whatever they want. Or they could have chosen a gift package. I don't have any gift packages available, so nothing's listed. So enter amount or gift package. I entered $100. I can even put in a personal message. Congratulations on being married to me. And exclamation point. And then I've got my ship it to myself, ship it to a recipient, or print it out today. I'm just going to leave it at ship it to myself and choose perhaps email and continue. So it shows me the information. Dina Wiggins, gift card, $100. I can add another certificate to my order, or I can proceed. I'm going to proceed. Now I can put in all of my credit card information. Make that a little bigger so you can see it a little better. And they fill in all of their credit card information, including their email address. If they want it sent, if they chose a shipping method like USPS first class, then they can put in a shipping address here. So they fill this information out and they hit process. If their card is accepted, then they will receive 2 emails. They will get a receipt, and they will also receive the actual gift certificate with your logo on it. They can print that out at home. It's a direct interface with your software. So your software is already aware of it. You don't need to sell anything there at the shop. They've already paid for it online. They can print it out and walk right in through your doors and use it. Your software is aware of it, who bought it, how much it's for, etc. If it was a gift card, you would have gotten an alert in your point of sale so that you can then activate a card against that alert. So all of the information that they had filled in here will now be associated with that card. You can print out a mailing label that the software gives you and ship out the gift card. If their card is declined, then they will get a notice that their card has in fact been declined, and they will not receive the gift certificate online, nor will you get an alert if they were asking for a gift card. They will then have to put in a different credit card number because their card was declined. Okay. All right, that's gift certificates online. Any questions on that before we continue? I'm going to say no. All right, so next we're going to talk about products. So let's go back into our online store. This is retail. Click here. Now, the first thing that you'll see is right here where it says, please select 10 items to be featured on your retail webpage. You will stick in the SKU numbers of up to 10 products if you like. You don't have to do any. You could do 1. I did 6. But you could do up to 10 items. These will be the first items that your customers see when they go to purchase a retail product. Does that mean that they can't book other products? Of course they can. These are simply the featured items. So they'll be the first ones they see. Next, we put in our shipping per item. So I put in $2.50, maybe $5, maybe $8, whatever it is. The point is that if they buy 1 product, it'll charge an additional $2.50 on top of the tax that you and the price of the product. If they bought 3 products, it would charge $7.50 because I've got $2.50 per item. Next, we come down here to manufacturer. This says select which items will be restricted from online retail. Any check that you put next to a manufacturer's name, that manufacturer's products will not be available for sales online. And that's important, especially in the salon and spa environment. A lot of manufacturers are very concerned with diversion. And so they don't allow you to sell their products online. So that's something you may want to find out from them. But you check off anyone that you don't want sold online, and then you come down here to the categories. Some of your categories can be sold online. I said conditioners can be sold online, and finishers can be sold online. Nail polish and shampoo can, but look at all the ones I checked. Any of the ones that I checked cannot be sold online. That's my category. If I want, however, I can go to individual manufacturers. Like, for instance, I'll go down here and I'll choose something like Cameo, and it'll give me a list of all of my Cameo products. So even though I say Cameo products can be sold online, I may put a check next to certain products that I don't want sold online. A good example for that would be something like L'Oreal. If you're in the salon industry, L'Oreal has a line of products called Kerastase. Now, L'Oreal allows most of their products to be sold online, and even in places like Rite Aid, Walmart, Walgreens, Target, they allow many of their L'Oreal products to be sold through diversion. However, Kerastase products are salon only and cannot be sold in any way other than somebody walking into the salon. So you might have L'Oreal as your manufacturer, but you may carry Kerastase products. Well, if that's the case, L'Oreal does allow, so you don't check them, but under their products, you check all of their Kerastase products. Those products aren't available online, but their other products may be. Again, it's entirely up to you. Once you've done that, you simply save and exit. So let's take a look at what your customers might see. They go to your online store, and the first thing they see are your products that are featured. Now, they can go through their other categories that you offer. So they can click here and look at all of your shampoos, or click here and look at all of your finishers, look at all of your, or they can even put manufacturer. Click here and look at all of your Paul Mitchell products. Click here and look at all of your TG products. Click here, look at all of your Crew products. But again, the first thing they see are your featured products. When they choose a product, they simply click on the product that they're interested in. This is my TG Cat Root Boost. Price is $8.50. So your customer is able to click on that product, and it will show everything going on with that. This product is in stock, manufacturer, the category, and the description. This product is for root coloring treatments, but not to be used on oily hair. Joanne, just like before, anything I write is going to appear automatically online. It's very important that you make sure that not only do you write things correctly, that the grammar is right, that the spelling is correct, etc., because you never want to show something to your customer that may look less than perfect. They can then add this directly to their cart. They can then go and continue shopping, or they can go to checkout. And when they go to checkout, they put in their credit card information. If they're using the same address, they don't need to check this. But if they're not, they check this box and put in the address they want it shipped to, and then they can proceed to confirmation. In your software, in your point of sale, an alert will pop up letting you know that somebody has made a purchase of a product online. And when you click on that, it will remove those products from your inventory. You can then take those products off your shelf, stick them into a box. That alert will also print out a mailing label for you if you'd like. And you can ship those off to your customer, to whatever address they've put in. That's the address that will show up in the mailing label. Now, in each individual product, you have a button here that says Sell Online. If you allow it to be sold online, it will be blue. If you manually turn it off, it can no longer be sold online. Also, you noticed some of my products had images, pictures. You can upload images of your products. How do you get those pictures? Well, let's take a look. It's pretty simple. I can go online, for instance, and say Paul Mitchell Awa Pui shampoo, and then go to my images and find the one I want. So I click on the one I want, and I can right-click on it, and I can save the image to my computer. Then I can upload it right into my software, as long as I've saved that image to my computer. It's really simple. That's one way to do it. Heck, you could take a digital camera and take pictures of your products right on your shelf and upload those. However you get the picture into the software, into the computer, it doesn't matter. Once the picture is in the software, in the computer, you're able to go to upload image, browse for it, and upload it. Okay? Real simple. Also, notice we have our long product description for online. This is where you write what they're going to read about. So this one says the Justin All-in-One Shampoo allows you to use a single product every other day to reduce the detergent impact on damaged hair. So when your customer goes to buy that product online, that's precisely what they'll see in the description of the product, whatever you've written there. And that is the the retail online. Now, the paired app, which you do not have to have, because all three of these are free to you. They're part of your software already. They're part of what you're already paying. However, if you decide in the future that you want to get the app, all three of these will be available in the app, along with a lot of other things that your customers are able to do or your staff is able to do. But your customers will be able to book appointments right through their smartphone or purchase a gift certificate. And if they purchase a gift certificate through their smartphone, the certificate will actually appear on their phone, a large barcode. They can actually use their smartphone as their gift card, and you can actually scan their smartphone, or you can type in the number that's there along with the barcode. Or they can purchase product right through their app as well. But if you say, no, I'm not going to go with the app, you can still use these features through web pages. Any questions on that?
Yes.
Go ahead.
The app, is it extra product for Pro Solutions that I need to purchase?
That's right, yes. The app is a monthly subscription. You do not have to have it. Everything I've shown you in this class right now is completely free of charge. It's part of your software.
Right.
What I have not shown you is the app. The app is a separate item that, I've got some things here. Let me take a look here. Let's go to, for instance, purchase a gift card or gift certificate. So this is what it might look like on your customer's phone. So the name of your business would be here, the buttons would be here, and they would like to purchase a gift certificate online. So they click on gift card here, they fill in the information. It would look something like this.
Okay.
They can add another certificate. They go through the process. When they have gone through the process and they charge their card, this is what they get on their phone. They also receive an email that they can print out at home with your logo on it. But they will also have this, which can be scanned right there at your shop. So that's one of many things that the app can do.
Okay. And all right, and that we would ask questions in purchasing with your sales department, correct?
That's right. But I do want you to be aware that a lot of people say, you know what, I want to try the app, and I want to make sure that it's going to work for us before we start spending money.
Sure.
And I do want you to be aware that right now, depending on who your salesperson is, I know they have some flexibility. You may be able to get the app for 3 full months or maybe 2.5 months at absolutely no charge to use it, to see if your customers like it, to see if it helps your business. And if so, then at the end of that time, you can say, you know what, I want to keep it. And that's when you start getting charged. Or you say, you know what, this isn't for me, and they can turn it off.
Okay.
And you never get charged.
Okay. All right. And
were there any other questions?
I had 2 more, but if the other lady's got something, that's fine.
Donna, do you have any questions? You can type them in.
Oh, that's right. She may or may not be there. Oh, I'll go ahead with mine.
Go ahead, what's your next question? And
my
Donna,
other
if you have
question
questions for me, you can just type them in. Go ahead.
Yeah, the pictures. I've had pictures before. I tried the online store before, and the sizes were always incorrect. I could not figure out how to size them.
Okay, well, that's certainly something that either a technician can help you with. Even I could probably help you with something like that. I just have to look at the picture that you want. Another thing, though, remember we have our graphic arts department.
Sure.
Any picture that isn't sizing right, you could send to them. They can size it properly and send it back to you. And then you could say, okay, and they can give you the specs of it. So, hey, look, this works just fine. So then you can make the other pictures the same specs. Or if you really wanted to, you could send them to graphics and they could do them all for you. But once you have the specs, you should be able to size it appropriately.
Yeah, I'm pretty savvy with it, and I'm even more savvier these last 5 years. But yeah, that was one of my issues I had before. And then my last question would be inventory. Let's say I didn't keep up with my inventory this month and someone purchased something. Does it just go into the negative mode, or do you have to have?
No. With the online purchase, if the product is not in stock, then it will not be available for purchase.
So you got to keep up with your inventory.
You'll notice right here it says product status in stock. If the product is in stock, they can purchase it. If it is out of stock, it will say out of stock, and they will not be able to add it to their cart.
Sure. And I think the other thing that I had, my other problem with this software, and I'm sure a lot of this stuff has been repaired, but you know how the screen looks really pretty and lined up? And I don't know if it was because of the internet that I was using. Let's say I was using Outlook. It was all overlapping.
Okay, yeah, there are certain ways that that happens, especially if you changed the font size or if the size of your banners are incorrect. Again, that's a reason why you would want to get either the specs from our graphics department or have them make them for you. But as long as the font is correct and the banners are correct, then you shouldn't have any of that issue.
Okay, all right, and I think that's all I have.
All right.
Other than putting things into motion.
All right. Well, then let me ask the final question because I don't see any questions from Lourdes here. I do want to know. Excuse me, not Lourdes, Donna. I meant
Donna, right.
Would either of you or both of you like this class emailed to you?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go here.
Yeah, and okay.
Lourdes, you want me to use the same one for the class that you attended earlier?
Yes.
Okay, and Donna, would you like the class emailed to you as well? Yes, okay. Donna, it doesn't look like you put in an email address for this class. Can you give me the email address, please, that you'd like? You can just type it right in. Okay. Okay, I've got it. All right, then, ladies, I want to say this one last thing before I let you go. Thank you so much for taking your time out from your busy day today to spend some time with me, because the people who know the most about their software are the people who end up liking it the most. So thank you so much for taking the time. I really do appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, and you should be able to expect a copy of this class emailed to you before end of business today, possibly tomorrow morning, but no later than that. You should hopefully get it soon.
All right, I'm going to be taking the beginner one also just to refresh myself. It's 3 o'clock my time.
Okay, just so you know, the beginner's class focuses on booking appointments, rescheduling appointments, unbooking appointments, doing standing appointments, and then we move to the point of sale, and it's the proper way to process sales through the software, do refunds through the software, and do multiple payments through the software, as well as closing the drawer. That's what the beginner's class covers. So
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do it.
Sales. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.